When the dead start calling a radio DJ, you know something evil is on the air. Travis Cole loved his quiet midnight show until familiar voices began requesting songs again, from people who had already died. Every call carried static, whispers, and strange background noises like crying or scratching. When he finally tried to shut the system down, the voices broke through every speaker, flooding the studio with screams. What began as a normal night at the station became a descent into madness as the ghosts demanded to be heard. But the most chilling part, the station kept broadcasting even after Travis was gone, and the voices never stopped. The red on-air light flickered to life at exactly midnight. Travis Cole leaned into the microphone and let his smooth, late-night voice fill the small studio. "Good evening, night owls," he said. "You're tuned to 97.6 The Graveyard Shift. I'm your host, Travis, keeping you company till the sun comes up. Let's make it through another lonely night together." He hit the switch, sending the first song, Fleetwood Mac's Dreams, echoing through the quiet booth. Outside, the parking lot was empty, the whole station surrounded by forest and mist. Only the faint hum of generators and the glow of red exit signs kept him company. Travis liked this solitude. After his divorce, the midnight slot was a blessing. No bosses, no producers, no pressure. Just him, his playlist, and the occasional caller, truckers, insomniacs, and strangers with stories that sounded too sad to be real. But tonight felt different. There was a static hum in the monitors, low but constant. He checked the board, everything looked fine. He even tapped the mic twice. But the hum stayed. At 12:17 a.m., the phone light blinked. Line 1, he smiled and hit the button. "You're on the Graveyard Shift." "Who's this?" A long silence. Then, "Hi Travis." It was a woman's voice. Soft, raspy, distant. Travis sat up. "Hey there, you sound tired. What's your name?" "Lydia," she whispered. "I used to call a lot. Remember?" Travis frowned. The name was familiar. Lydia had been a regular listener, always calling around 1 a.m., asking for 80s love songs. But she hadn't called in weeks. "Lydia, wow. Yeah, it's been a while. You doing okay?" There was a pause. "Then I didn't make it home last time." Travis froze. "What do you mean?" Static filled the line. For a second he thought it dropped. Then her voice came again, faint and trembling. "I crashed on County Road 12. I never got home, Travis." The song faded. Silence filled the booth. Travis' skin crawled. "Lydia, that's not funny. I'm not trying to be funny." He reached for the switch, ready to cut the line, but before he could, her voice dropped lower, almost mechanical. "Could you play something for me?" "What dreams?" Again the same song he had just played. Then the line went dead. Travis sat motionless. He'd heard weird prank calls before, but this felt wrong. The tone, the static, the way she said "I never got home." He checked the logs out of habit. The caller ID read unknown. He told himself it was probably a joke, maybe some listener with a dark sense of humor. He played another track, the Rolling Stones, Angie, and tried to shake it off. But an hour later, line 2 started blinking. He pressed the button. "You're on air with Travis." "Hey man." This voice was gravelly, deep. An older man, maybe 60. "Evening. Who's calling?" "It's Hank. I used to call back in the day. You played Johnny Cash for me." Travis smiled. "Always down for some cash. You trucking tonight, Hank?" "Not anymore." Silence. I'm retired," Hank continued, his voice distorted like a bad radio signal. "Ran my last haul 3 weeks ago. You probably saw it on the news." The news, the I-89 pileup. Travis' stomach dropped. That accident had killed 3 people. He remembered seeing it, and one of the victims was named Hank Miles. His hands trembled. "Who is this?" The voice chuckled. "Just missed hearing your voice, Travis. You always kept me company on the road. Thought I'd return the favor." Then click. Dead air. Travis stared at the console, heart hammering. The clock said 2:02 a.m. He switched to pre-recorded music and stepped outside for a smoke. The air was freezing. Fog hugged the edges of the forest, and the neon station sign buzzed overhead. He took a deep drag and muttered, 2 prank calls in one night. Sure, but his gut knew better. He pulled out his phone and searched Hank Miles' I-89 crash. There it was, obituary, photo, the same name, same week. Travis' head spun. He went back inside. By 3:30 a.m., the airwaves were quiet again, until the studio lights dimmed, the monitors flickered, static hissed through the speakers even though no line was active. Then the on-air sign blinked on by itself. "Hello," he said into the mic. The line crackled. Travis, his blood froze. The voice was his own. "What the hell? Stop broadcasting," it said, calm but firm. They're coming through the signal. Everyone who listens, everyone who's dead. The lights flickered again, the temperature dropped. He could see his breath. The computer monitor flashed. Incoming call, unknown. He hesitated, but the button pressed itself. A dozen voices screamed through the speakers. Travis, play our songs, don't turn it off. The walls shook. Paper flew from the desk. Static filled his ears like a roaring wind. He dove under the console, pulling cables out one by one, but the sound didn't stop. It wasn't coming from the radio. It was inside the walls, the air, his head. Then everything went silent. The power was out. In the red glow of the emergency light, he saw movement in the glass window. A face, a pale woman's face, pressed against the glass, eyes white, lips torn, whispering one word. Travis. It was Lydia. He stumbled back, heart pounding, grabbing the nearest object, a metal mic stand. The glass fogged with her breath, then cracked. He screamed, swung the stand, and the window shattered. When he looked again, she was gone. The power came back. The phone rang. He stared at it. The screen read, "Calling home," he answered. His own voice said, "You shouldn't have hung up." The next morning, the station manager found Travis unconscious in the booth, surrounded by shattered glass and blood. The equipment was fried, all the wires melted. But here's the strangest part. The graveyard shift had still aired the entire night. Listeners across Ohio said they heard it, but it wasn't Travis. It was a dozen voices at once, whispering, screaming, crying, and every few minutes, one familiar human voice repeating the same words, "You're tuned to 97.6. The graveyard shift, where no one ever hangs up."